I'm Dr. Vrabec, founder and surgeon at Clear Vision Center. Today what we're going to talk about is how to evaluate the surgeon and the practice that you're thinking about for LASIK. So a lot of people come in and the most important thing, because they don't know what to ask, is, well, how much is the procedure going to cost? And then they go around and shop for it like they would shop for a car. This is not the right way to evaluate where to have your LASIK done. So today we're going to go over 5 things to think about when making a decision about where to have your vision correction procedure. The first and probably the most important thing is the screening process. So for this, you're going to evaluate how does that office actually evaluate your candidacy for LASIK. Do they have someone do it over the phone? Do they have an inexperienced technician? Or do they actually involve high technology and doctors who are going to go through your tests and have a conversation with you? So evaluating the screening process in detail is very important when it comes to figuring out where to have your LASIK. The second thing you want to ask about when considering where to have LASIK is what kind of technology do they have? So LASIK has been around for 20 or 30 years, but the equipment and the lasers have all been updated. So you shouldn't be going to a place that uses old, antiquated technology when much better options exist. Nowadays, custom treatments, better, safer lasers, and more experienced screening technology allow for you to have a safer and better result if you go with the center that offers that technology. So make sure you ask specific questions about what technology is offered at that practice. The third thing to ask about when considering a LASIK practice for your vision correction surgery is how are their results and do they stand by those results? So results for LASIK in general are great, but what happens if you need a second procedure or what we call an enhancement? Does the practice stand by doing those enhancements for you, or will you be charged extra? Secondly, what is their enhancement rate? It should be very low. So if you get answers that are evasive or they're dodging your questions about the results, that might be a red flag that that's not a good fit for you. So the next thing to think about when determining where to go for your LASIK procedure is how do they price their procedures? Are you being nickeled and dimed for testing, dry eye treatments, enhancements, or is everything bundled into one cost? Secondly, are they promoting an extremely low price that just doesn't seem even feasible nowadays? You might be a red flag that you're going to have some bait and switch pricing. So ask yourself, if you're going to trust your eyes with a doctor or a medical practice, do you want to work with somebody who's evasive about pricing? Might be a red flag. And finally, the fifth point to think about when you decide where to go for your LASIK procedure is just the overall level of comfort and trust. So were you greeted nicely by the front desk staff? Did the technician seem knowledgeable and caring with your concerns? Did the doctor take all the time that you needed to have all your questions answered? Or were you rushed through the process, treated rudely, given a price upsell on something that's so important as your vision? At the end of the day, trust your gut. If you don't feel comfortable, don't go with that practice for your vision correction. So my goal today by doing this was just to give you a framework of which to think about, questions to ask when you're evaluating where to have vision correction. So I'm Josh Vrabec. I'm the surgeon and founder at Clear Vision Center, and we're happy to take care of you if you want to come in for a consultation. There's no pressure. Our goal is really to just make sure that you get answers to your questions and feel comfortable with your decision to proceed with laser vision correction surgery, or if not, that's okay too.